Hello, everyone, and welcome to our brand new podcast where we will discuss current social justice issues. Today, our podcast will be about a particularly controversial issue that is prevalent in today's society: terrorism. Today, I will be answering some questions from you, the listeners, and putting an end to some common myths. Let's not waste any more time and get right into our cast. Our first question, coming in from Alex R. from Toronto, Ontario, is why do terrorists do what they do? Well, Alex, terrorism simply symbolizes that to destroy human beings does not matter, that there is nothing in human beings which is indestructible, that it is all matter, and you cannot kill matter. You can only change its form. Once a man is taken to a combination of matter and no place for a spiritual being inside him, then to kill it just becomes play. This is what drives the people to do what they do. I hope that answers your question. And that brings us to our next question, coming in from Gregory D. from Mississauga, who says, as you are probably aware, the stereotypical terrorist descends from the Islam descent. Now, I do not agree with this at all, and I know for a fact that terrorists can come from anywhere in the world and do have any number of motives. But for Islam in specific, is there anything in Islam that leads to suicide bombings or terrorism? Well, Greg, this is a great question. Nothing in Islam leads to terrorism or suicide bombings, nor has it ever been part of the ethos of Islam's 1400 years of history and traditions. This is a modern-day aberration among a few extremists who have taken terrorism as a means for fighting personal wars. Suicide is strongly prohibited in Islam because no one has the right to take away the life that God has given, except God himself. Committing terrorist acts which kill innocent civilians is also prohibited, even during war, especially against women, children, old people, and religious people, such as monks and nuns. Even the cutting down of trees, killing animals, and destroying infrastructure are forbidden. In Islam, only one can fight a just war, which is fought in self-defense, not as an act of aggression, and is to be between two groups of military personnel, not with civilians. On to our next question, coming in from Kendrick in Pickering. He asks, what is a jihad? A jihad is often mistranslated as holy war, a word that does not exist in Arabic. Jihad literally means striving. The greater jihad is described as the internal struggle to avoid negative actions and cultivate good character. The lesser jihad as the external striving for justice in self-defense or as against the oppression, which is a basic human right shared by all people. One can do this in one's heart, with one's tongue or pen, and if these are ineffective, by physically trying to change an oppressive situation, either in self-defense or to defend others against aggression. So I hope this answers your question. Our next question comes in from Yuri D. in Scarborough, who asks, should I be afraid of anyone who is Muslim or from the Middle East? Just as you should not stereotype or make assumptions about an entire group of people based on their background, race, or religion, it is wrong to think that all people from the Middle East and those who are Muslim as being terrorists, just because a few of them commit terrorism. 1/5 to 1/4 of the world's population is Muslim, but only a handful of criminals commit these deeds. This could be compared to asking if we should be afraid of all white young males because Timothy McVeigh was white, or afraid of all Christians because extremist anti-abortionists are Christians, or Irish people because of terror in Ireland. It is important to remember that there are good people and bad people in all countries, races, and religions. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I hope you all enjoyed, and next week we'll be talking about gender equality.